Hello everyone and welcome to Dead by Daylight, a survival game where 4 players go against 1 killer player. So it is a player versus player online only experience with no offline story mode. But 4 versus 1, 4 survivors versus 1 killer. Now while all the survivors have no base difference to each other aside from the perks they learn through leveling up, which by getting high level in the blood web you can unlock the perk to be learnable by other survivors, or by using shards you earn from matches, use the Shrine of Secrets, which every week kind of refreshes a new set of 4 unlockable teachable perks through that system as well. But none of the survivors have any real differences between each other. However, all the killers, while on top of having all the unique perks they have, they also have vastly different tail radiuses, which give hints to the survivors how close you are. They have different lunges, different attack ranges, different walking and running speeds, going through windows, jumping through things. They all vary in these different things, but they all have unique powers that basically only they can use. The trapper uses traps to lay traps in pathways, windows, tall grass, dark areas that are hard to see that you feel that survivors may pass through either escape routes or to try and get around you to hopefully get them through that method. The Wrath turns invisible to hopefully get the drop on survivors. The Hillbilly has a very dangerous chainsaw that can not only be used to get around the map quickly in big open areas, but being hit by it in his charging rage of using it can lead you to being down instantly. The Norse can blink through solid metal, and if skillfully used, can be hugely advantaged, but hard to master. The Hag uses traps that she puts in the mud and dirt that allow her to teleport to doppelgangers of herself. However, she has to be in a certain range of that doppelganger to teleport towards it. These traps can be used to scale or panic survivors when triggering them. The Doctor uses a lot of a shock therapy stats effect that makes survivors scream and sometimes incapable of doing actions depending on how much of the shock therapy is affecting them, giving their positions off. The shape Michael Myers is a very interesting playstyle where he's encouraged to stalk survivors from a distance to build up his power, the power of evil within. With 3 tiers, all with varying lunges and speed and everything, it only improves every single tier. However, Tier 3 is temporary, but once you go to Tier 2, you don't go back to Tier 1. But Tier 1 has the smallest tail radius, making it the most stealthiest killer form of all the killers currently in the game. So there's a lot of variety with Michael Myers with builds. The Huntress is the sniping hunter, throwing axes at survivors. A well-aimed axe could send them to the ground, screaming in agony, wishing they'd duck behind something instead. Freddy Krueger, who is the Dream Demon, the Nightmare, pulls people into the dream world to attack them. Currently, he's considered the weakest killer in the game because he got nerfed from launch because a lot of low-ranking people didn't understand how to fight him, and now he is even easier to run around circles with, which is a shame because he has a very interesting playstyle, being unable to be seen unless you get pulled into the dream world, and he could see you in the dream world if you're not in range of his tail radius. And the Cannibal, Leatherface, he has a chainsaw as well, similar to the Hillbilly, but unlike the Hillbilly, he doesn't charge in a straight line with a very small curve you can give him to turn. Instead, he swings it wildly within a small area. But similar to the Hillbilly, if hit by it, you will be down instantly. Very good for large groups, trapped in tunnels, basement, all walking on a generator close to each other, healing. These are all great moments to get multiple people downed. Obviously, as the killer, you're you're supposed to kill, but not necessarily just straight out kill. As the killer, you want to sacrifice the survivors by putting them on hooks, but you can let them die on the ground. They have so much time before they just die. But there's a big risk leaving them on the ground, because without perks or certain advantages that certain killers get to sometimes reveal survivors for a distance, which usually includes even down survivors, you will usually lose the down survival. There are also unique add-ons that allow you to straight out kill survivors, and they work differently. Some require them to be hooked once, others require certain circumstances to be triggered, and other times you get to straight out murder everyone. Michael Myers is very famous for that, to be honest. But your main goal is to hook them for the most points and capability of ranking up. Survivors are obviously to survive, and survivors have two choices. They can either power up 5 generators to get enough power to 2 exit doors that are on every map. There's always 2 exit doors. And you will temporarily get a sound notification where their power controls are to open those gates. You can then open a gate to escape, or you can find the trap door. However, the trap door is normally locked until there's only 1 survivor and 2 of the 5 generators are done. It's either 2 or 1. I think it was 2. You don't usually get to use trap door too often. But a few generators have to be done, and you have to be the last survivor normally for the trap door to unlock. However, having a key, which there are 3 keys and only 2 of them open the trapdoor, can be used to also just force the trapdoor to be open. But the trapdoor does not appear unless 1 or 2 generators are done. I can't remember the exact number. I do know it does not spawn if no generators are done. And that number of generators also varies on the number of survivors. If a survivor disconnects before the actual match starts, it lowers the requirement necessary for the trapdoor to unlock / appeal. So you don't have many routes to get away. There is no time limit in the game, so essentially the game could technically go as long as no one disconnects or anything. And usually a match won't go past 20 minutes. That's probably the most intense matches, though. You're looking at about 20 minutes. But averagely, you're probably looking at about 10 minutes for a normal game. Now, if you're getting into high ranks, that's when you are going to get those kind of intense matches where you're going to get survivors who know what they're doing, bringing in lots of powerful tools with add-ons on them to fight and counter you with. Now, as I said, none of the survivors are unique without any of their perks. So they rely heavily on their perks and items they have. Now, items that survivors have, without getting in the nitty-gritty of all the add-ons, have toolboxes, which can be used to sabotage hooks, making it harder for the killer to get to a hook or to find any hooks. You can also use them to quickly fasten the pace of fixing generators. First aid kits to heal yourself or heal other people quicker. Personally, I like using them on myself because you can heal people naturally without one a little slower. So as long as you're hidden, you can do that. I like saving med kits for my own self because you cannot heal your own self without a med pack or someone else. Flashlights. If you're really good at aiming, a flashlight will probably be your best friend. I personally suck with them. But flashlights can blind the killer in a number of ways. The most common practice is to blind them while they're carrying someone to a hook. By doing this successfully, the person can jump off while the killer is momentarily stunned and completely blind and capable of seeing what direction you're all going, giving you time to escape. Another trick to do with the flashlight also, which sometimes is a dickish move, is to, when you throw pallets down in front of killers and they go to break it, you can blind them there to further screw them around. The map item not too many players usually use unless they're playing with friends is used to identify locations of generators, hatch doors, and can sometimes do other functionalities with add-ons. The key, as described, can be used to open the trapdoor if it's one of the purple or the ultra red. The broken green key cannot open the trapdoor, but keys have a variety of other uses depending on the add-ons you attach to them, by tracking people, things, or even the killer themselves, at a great cost at its usability. And there are a few varying versions of toolboxes, like Alex's toolbox, which increases the slightly increases repair speed, but moderately increases sabotage speed, meaning it's better for sabotaging hooks than repairing, but still can be used for repairing. There's a few slight little differences on a few different items. But overall, a lot of the items you bring in just add a little help to you, not usually normally making dramatic, huge changes unless you throw on really good add-ons. There are a few varying add-ons that can instantaneously cause a generator to get fixed at the cost of the item. There's also a med pack in a similar way, allowing you to instantly heal someone at the cost of the item. These can be very useful in high-level play if you know what you're doing in the right situation. Normally, I keep these items for parties when I play with friends, or with my killer when I do live streams. I like using a lot of the add-ons for fun stuff with the live streams of that. But the blood points you earn after matches and that can be used to level up characters. And at first, when I first got the game, I thought it was really slow, but one thing you want to keep in mind is take advantage of the daily rituals every day. I can't remember the time, but the company made the game lives in Canada, I believe, so it has to do with the Canadian time zone. But once at a certain point in the day, you'll get a daily. And the daily can be anything between the survivors and the kills, and sometimes they can be universal, like kill so many people, whatever, or hit so many people, or unique, like stalk 5 people as Michael Myers, forcing you to play that exact character. And this can go both ways. There are ones that can be universal to all the survivors, and some that are specifically you need to be this one survival. But you get a lot of blood points for completing daily rituals, and usually the more requirements and the more difficult doing that ritual is, usually the more worthy the blood points are. And this is an excellent way of getting a lot of blood points. I definitely say also take advantage of offerings that increase the percentages of blood point rewards that match with either your kill or survival type actions that you do a lot, and you can maximize your blood. Occasionally there are blood fists that give you double blood points, which are very good moments to get a lot of levels. Now, if you're a new player, I'd say start as a killer myself, because killers, it's a lot easier to get a lot of blood points. Survivors, in my opinion, are at a huge disadvantage because of the fact that they only get one perk slot until they get to, I believe it is 15, 20, and 25 each unlock an additional perk slot. So until you get to 15, you only have one perk slot, giving you a lot of disadvantage against killers. I think it's very important to get all 4 perk slots, because you do not have as many abilities as the killer does with no perks. They have much more advantage, and obviously more advantage if they have all 4 perks. But overall, I do enjoy Dead by Daylight. It does have a few little minor hiccups. Graphically, if you're a big graphics person, you will probably think the game looks ugly as freaking hell for a quote-unquote next-gen console game, or on PC even. Though, obviously on PC, it looks more better than the console and smoother, obviously. There is a small hiccup, and as far as I understand, this isn't even the PC version, but much rarer occasion in the PC version. It's a more common occurrence in the console version. Occasionally, there is a hiccup that causes like everything stops for a second, and then it goes back to everything going again. And sometimes that can throw you off as the killer, the survival, and that, or screw up your quick time events as survivors when you're repairing or causing any actions. When fixing generators, sabotaging hooks, there are quick time events that if you fail, you make loud noises that trigger the kill, and those can also get interrupted by that little lag jump kind of moment. And I don't think there's much more to really say besides one additional warning. Now, a lot of people say Overwatch is a very toxic community. From what I've seen, that's a PC side thing. I've never experienced any of that on the PS4 version. But why do I bring toxicity up? Because it's crazy in this game. Let alone, I've had someone threaten to dox me. I've gotten multiple messages of being poor sportsmanship, saying I suck as killer, even though I kill everyone. Usually, most of those instances, I killed everyone, or killed that one person saying I suck as killer. People randomly saying they're going to report me for camping and tunneling. And let me tell you, a lot of times, and sometimes I do camp, it depends on the situation and what's going on and things. But everyone seems to always want to go towards, oh, you're camping, you camped, you can't. It's like 5 seconds there, you're camping. It's like, you're supposed to die, shut up. Camping has its ups and downs depending on what you're doing. A smart team of survivors are going to go fix generators if somebody's legitimately standing right near you or in your face camping. That is what smart survivors should do. Because you can fix generators vastly faster than the person dying. And they're wasting their time not hunting. But if people go up to constantly keep trying to save that person, wasting their time, that killer is most likely going to keep taking advantage of that. And tunneling, which is something you may also get thrown your way, is when you go after the survivor who gets pulled off the hook and we hook them. That's what for this. Tunneling is also a stupid complaint to me, because obviously, of course, you're going to go for the weaker link. At least that would normally be the smart thing to do. But you also be called trash and scumbag and all kinds of horrible shit just because you decided to play the killer. I literally had a guy write a multiple paragraphed song about a horse's dick and lube and shit because I was able to kill them and their friend. They were the last two in the match. The other two were already dead. But one of them found the hatch and crawled near it while I was chasing the other one. And I downed the other one and waited for the one waiting by the hatch to die on the ground and then hooked their friend. And as you can see, they were very salty about that. I've actually had people say that a good killer should have let them go. That you just wanted the... last I checked you, and trying not to go on a tangent here, but I'm just trying to warn you, if you like playing killer and you play killer a lot, you will get a lot of different freaking complaints that usually will involve camping and tunneling. And just so you get some of the base terminology, face camping, which is something that really doesn't exist anymore, because originally you could only grab a survivor directly in front of them on a hook. So face camping was when a killer stood directly in front of the survivor, blocking people from being able to unhook them. you can pull people off hooks at an angle now. So face camping only destroys your view of the sides and behind of where you're looking at the survival at. So it's actually stupid to even do face camping anymore. But people will still claim you're face camping even when you're actually not. For example, there was an incident. My Michael Myers has a perk called Insidious. A very common strategy I will see is to see how helpful players are to each other. Usually when I get my first victim, I'll hook them and find a spot to hide behind and use my Insidious perk, which will hide my tail radius completely, and see if someone takes the bait. If someone takes the bait, then I get a free grab and get another hook. Some survivors are smarter to pay attention around the corners and make sure there ain't insidious killers. But a lot of people ain't usually that cautious enough. But even though I outsmarted 2 survivors, like on the Freddy Krueger map, which has a preschool, 3 floors of the basement spawns in the basement of the school, I downed 2 people in the normal basement and carried one to the killer basement with 4 hooks that cannot be destroyed. And I went back to look for the other survivor, but they had the perk that allowed them to get off the ground one time. So they had ran away. But when I hooked somebody, I had chili, barbecue and chili, which allows me to see survivors at a certain distance from the person I hooked, and I didn't see them, so they were still in the area. So after a quick look around, I went back to the basement and hid behind the wall and let my Insidious perk do its job. They came down, I got them, and then I went on my merry way. After the match, though, I got a message saying, "Hope you post your face camping on YouTube, because that's what everyone wants to watch. You're trash." Now, as I said, there were incidents where I have camped. Especially when I first started to play, I used a lot of camping, because a lot of people would come to you to die terribly and horribly. But normal camping or patrol camping or 2 varying things, and face camping is the only thing I think was terrible, which, as I said, was fixed anyway. But people will still claim you do it anyway. People will claim you lag, you fucking everything. I mean, I had somebody, claimed I was a 5-year-old, go suck my mom's titties. Like, what is these people's problem? I don't know. I have not seen such toxicity on consoles since, I don't know. I mean, it was definitely on the PS3. I've had a few messages like that before on PS3, but not to this level. Like, when I play Dead by Daylight, usually every few sessions I'll get some hate message when I play Kill. And as I said, somebody literally threatened to dox me. And I've had death threats and shit. These people are salty and terrible to this community. And I don't want you to think that you shouldn't play this game because of them, but I want to give you the heads up. They exist, and they're pretty bad. And as far as I'm aware, they're on everything. Xbox, PC, and obviously the PS4. I show a few messages in this video that demonstrate some of the messages you may get when you're killed. People are really salty in this game for some reason. I don't know why, because the game is incredibly forgiving with your time, unlike Friday the 13th, where you have to wait the entire match for your payout for your characters. While in Dead by Daylight, if you die, you can leave with your payout of your points and get on with your life to the next match. But yet, people are so freaking salty. And another thing I'd like to throw out there, if you're going to be a new player, I do not recommend disconnecting. While disconnecting can save your gears at times, you are gravely helping killers and helping the enemy killer when you disconnect. And if you're doing it to hurt the killer, you are not hurting the killer by disconnecting. You are greatly helping them as they get points and free wank up points because you quitted. So, those are all my thoughts on Dead by Daylight. I definitely recommend buying it. I believe the normal price is $29.99, And you gotta keep in mind the PC version's broken up a lot more, because a lot of the kills we had in our base game in the console version, I believe the Trapple, the Wrath, and the Hillbilly, I think, were all in the base game. But the Norse, the Hag, the Doctor were all DLC characters. Now, I don't know if they're still for sale, if they get bundled, or I'm not sure the price management on the PC end. So, in that front, you may have to figure out. But I have seen Dead by Daylight on several sales for like $19.99 at a lot of different places when it comes to the console version. But I would recommend it on any of the platforms you prefer to play. Like I said, even though it has a small hiccup occasionally, it's very minor, and it usually only happens once in a while. My understanding, that has to do with your connection with all of each other, because the killer is the host of the match. So, based on the killer, you know, could be varying degree of good, bad, you know, But the DLC characters in that, and I think they cost an additional $1 on console, I believe, versus the PC front. Yeah, the normal price was $29.99. Like on Amazon right now, you can get the PS4 version for $18, the Xbox One version for $19. But I do recommend it. If you are afraid of hateful messages, as I shown, you can turn messages off. You can make it where they either don't pop up, or you can make it where players literally can't send you messages unless they're on your friend list or something. Some people do that because it's really bad in this game for some reason. It's a real shame because I really do enjoy this game. I like a lot of the content it gives you, and if you're a trophy hunter, this is actually one of my more favorite trophy lists lately, because it gives you a lot of different things to do, and each DLC character they add, even though, like, let's say you never buy Nightmare on Elm Street because maybe they never make Freddy Krueger decent ever. There are still trophies you can get. The serial killer, sacrificing the obsession 30 times, loot 100 chests, escaping the nightmare, open the gates 35 times. You can still get those even though if you don't have those add-ons. It is just the killer and survival unique characters trophies that are part of those that you cannot. But... and obviously the PC version for Steam has a lot more trophies in that regard, or achievements, or, you know. Overall, though, I do recommend it. Any system's fine. If you like the idea of being either a survival, killer, or both, I really enjoy it. I would try not to let salty and toxin people ruin your game. And if you happen to have that problem, the devs on Steam just introduced a new system to report bad behavioral players like that send death threats, doxing, which are bannable, permanently bannable offenses. Take screenshots for messages like that. And if you see people cheating, you need video for that in the gameplay. You need actual in-gameplay video. But, so the devs are addressing that kind of thing. I wish they did it a lot sooner, because I keep recommending the game to a lot of people, but then they'll see all these kind of messages I get when I stream the game, and that it's just so ugh. Sometimes I can't blame people not wanting to pick up the game because the terrible freaking messages I've seen. I mean, I haven't got super horrible things outside of 2 threats and 1 person threatening to dox me, but still, that's pretty bad. on top of all the garbage shit. But if any of that sounds good to you, and you can either laugh at a bunch of salty people or block them or whatever, I recommend Dead by Daylight. It's an enjoyable 4 versus 1 killing experience that has a lot of good ideas behind it. And I hope the game continues forward with more good ideas. And hopefully more new killers. I really do enjoy the killer side versus more the survival side, but I do play both sides. But in the end, those are my thoughts on Dead by Daylight. If you have any questions or you have any, well, you know, just any questions or anything in general, you know, leave a comment down below. And thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry I rambled for a really long time, but there were a lot of different things to cover between the killers, and I know I rambled maybe a bit too long about the hatred, but I felt like it was something that players should know is a thing if you're interested in the killer side. Anyway, thank you for joining. Until next time, praise the sun and play safe.